you're new to this long stigmatized topic and wondering what the heck is going on, we might be able to help you with that.
Yeah, Portland Community College offering an online class that anyone can take in order to help your understanding and just learn a little bit more about these kinds of mysteries. So to talk more about this, we are joined by the executive producer of Everyday Northwest, Brian Anslinger, joining us on the couch now. Now, you teach an online course. We've had you on the show before to talk about it, but this is I don't feel like it's just constantly taking steps further in this direction of really identifying what these UAPs are all about.
There's been a lot of information that News Nation developed in the last couple of days. That interview you saw there with Jake Barber, we just saw a little clip there, but the 43-minute episode is really compelling. You have that video that they're saying, News Nation is saying that is what you're looking at is UAP, the best video that we have of something that we think is not from, at least not represents non-human intelligence, which I think is the best way to put it, because theoretically, we don't know where they might be from. So,
sure.
Yeah.
Gosh, well, and then there's this whole other story of the drone sightings back east, which was a really big story for a short time at the end of last year and has kind of, gotten buried in the deluge of daily headlines. But where does that stand? Is there speculation that some of these incidents here, in the New Jersey area could actually be UAPs?
That is what the speculation says. We didn't get really much from the government or from I suppose at this point, the Biden administration on that account.
Yeah.
You had numerous local, state leaders, some representatives talking about, hey, we need answers on this. People are looking up. They're seeing things. They're seeing things over their house. Some of the speculation was that maybe it's secret U.S. technology looking for something like a rogue nuke rolling around the East Coast. Some thought it was maybe Chinese technology. Maybe they're spying on our bases or other areas. Another speculation was that maybe this is UAP, something we don't understand for whatever intents and purposes it might be looking for something or making itself known. But certainly, you now have millions of people versus maybe thousands who are looking up every night, looking for things. We know UAPs are real. That's been made clear by the Pentagon. So they're going to see stuff one way or the other, just like our pilots have been seeing stuff.
So what do you expect to hear confirmed by the government? What do you expect on that front for an official to say this is what we do know and you get to know about this to the general public?
I would really sort of downplay anything that looks like confirmation. Obviously, I think the Trump administration, and this is not endorsing them. Obviously, people have their own strong opinions about the Trump administration, but they have been very outward towards getting transparency with regards to this issue. Donald Trump Jr. has been very forward about talking about this openly. So I think we're going to learn a little bit more as we have people in the administration who have talked about this. Marco Rubio just got confirmed within the last hour as Secretary of State. John Radcliffe, who spoke about this on Fox News after he left office, that there are things up there we don't understand. We don't know how they move the way they do or where they come from. Rubio has talked about the whistleblowers who came forward and spoke to his staff and himself behind the scenes while he was the co-chair of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. So they're now in the administration. There's certainly, I think, going to be a stronger push towards transparency on this issue.
Okay, so lots to watch here in 2025 on this front. What are you going to be covering in your online course at PCCC?
So it is a 6-week course. Thursday evenings, it's over Zoom. It's a remote community course, so anyone can take it. We're going to look at all aspects of the phenomenon, UAPs. From when people started coming forward with information in 2017, whistleblowers, how journalists cover the issue, what we're learning from podcasts and long-form journalism, all the way to people who say they're experiencing things, much like we saw Jake Barber talk about having this connection with one of the objects that he was recovering and the emotions that came with that. There are people out there who say they're experiencing that too. And, part of my goal with the class is to reduce the stigma around that topic. And that we have to listen to these people because clearly they're going through something. A lot of research is being done that suggests this is not a mental issue. They are actually experiencing something. And we need to reduce the stigma so we can explore what that is and what that means for not only them, but maybe for humanity at large.
Yeah, it was so often we're like, oh, okay, you saw something, sure. And now it's been taken way much more seriously. So fascinating stuff, Brian. Always good to have you here.
Thank you, guys. And the course, if you Google PCC UFO class, we still have openings, so anyone can take the course.
That's right.
All right.
Getting started this end of this week, right?
Thursday night, yeah.
Okay. All right, Ryan, thanks so much. Well, if you're interested in learning more about what's happening right now with UFOs and UAPs, you want to dig into it with Brian, there is a lot to get into. You can sign up for his course. We got a link right now on coin.com.